This is a Lurralife social media presentation. What you see on the screen is to introduce you to Lurralife and how you, having an understanding of what you're being presented, will benefit from what you see and what you hear. So take your time and go through it. I'm going to not take up all your time and try to make this presentation. But on the left, right side, or the left side, regardless of where you're looking, on the left side, you see my picture and my phone number in a phone, because this is really about your mobile phone toolkit. And you see above the mobile phone toolkit, you see detailed video, start Lurralife business, and there's a video. Pay attention. And I do, and asking you a question is, can you pay attention? And if you can pay attention, then you give me your attention. And yes, Obamacare, give me your attention. And also, can you pay attention? Everything above the two videos are can you pay attention? That's a video. And start a Lurralife business, that's also a video. But give me your attention is where you physically enroll. And also, yes, Obamacare is a second page where you enroll. If you enroll at the give me your attention, this will cost you a big old whopping $15 or $14.95. And if you roll at Obamacare, it's going to cost you a big old whopping $79.90 or $80. Irregardless of what you were talking about, we're talking about a franchise fee of $15 for you to start a franchise, and or $80 for you to start a franchise. The same franchise is just the different levels of the franchise as to what your income will be once you start your franchise. Now, many franchises like McDonald's and Burger Kings and all your other neighborhood stores can run from 500 up to $1 million, 500,000 up to $1 million for you to actually get started and run an effective franchise. Here's a franchise that can cost you as little as $15 and as high as $80 for you to start this franchise. And as we go through this, you're going to see that it's all about you and your mobile phone. Now, there's a pandemic that's going on throughout the world, and I put my picture here in my company logo that you see here. Again, my name is David. I put it 3 times, and that's for a reason, but I'll explain that for time, give us time permit. But right now, we're going to talk about, as of April the 3rd, what this pandemic virus had done here in America. You'll see that this is from Johns Hopkins University, and I'm going to give you that URL just in case you want to check out what today is. Right today, it's over 4 million. But Start a Lurralife Business is a video that's explaining to you what you can have to prevent your body from having this virus. And also, give me your attention is where you enroll to get the virus. And also, you'll see the repeated itself, because I took this data from April 3rd and also April 5th. Again, my name is David, and at the bottom you see Start a Lurralife Business, which is a video. Now, again, on Mother's Day, May 10th of 2020, today is the 17th of May, which is 7 days later. But this information, you saw what was on April the 3rd, it grew from 1 million up to 4 million, and it has grown in the last 7 days up to 8 million. We're going to just let you comprehend that just for a minute, but go on and you can visit. I'm going to give you the URL for Johns Hopkins University where all these data came from. But this is about you starting your own business. Again, this is Johns Hopkins URL. It's at the top in the green, and this data was what you'll see. The coronavirus is what you see when you visit Johns Hopkins coronavirus website, and this is at the top, coronavirus, and the JHU .edu stand for Johns Hopkins University .edu, and that'll bring you to this information that you see on the screen. So that pandemic has changed the world, and I don't have to give you that information if you're anywhere above the age of understanding. You know that if you're in the elementary school, you know it has changed the world, because you can't go to school in some parts of America, and some parts of other parts of the world you can't go to school. So if you're in college, you can't go to school. If you're just out of high school, you can't graduate. All these things are happening in the world. You can't have the Olympics. And here is all the Olympics logo to show you that you cannot have the Olympics if you're in America, or outside of America or nowhere in the world because they've canceled their Olympics for 2020. So, but startalurralifebusiness.com is where you want to go get a video to get an understanding of what this means to you and your family. And it really does affect you. This is all about you. How we're just going to talk about now from this point on is how you share the information using your mobile tool, your phone, iPhone, Android, regardless of the phone. It's for you to use this information, and when you share the information with someone else, you're going to be paid for sharing the information over your phone. Now, if you ever use your phone to text people, then you want to do that now, because you can text an individual now and make money from texting that person using the features that we have here in this process. So make sure you get an understanding of all this. So stop these slides and get an understanding, and then you learn how to share plus earn for sharing up to $500. Now what we're talking about is, you'll see on the slide, stop this and see for yourself, that the company is going to pay you at $10 per pound up to 50 pounds, or up to $500 for you to lose 50 pounds off your body. Now this is for persons who have overweight, diabetes, all the other kind of things that's caused by this coronavirus. If you're watching the news and what the doctors are saying, if you're in America, outside America, or regardless of where you are in the world, the coronavirus is affecting you. Regardless of what country you're in, the coronavirus is affecting you. For this company is a worldwide company, where regardless of where you are in the world, the products that we're going to introduce you that this company have for your body, you can transfer that information to another person by the use of the phone. So what this is about is to show you how to use a phone in your hand to order to transfer information. Now I'm going to give you a little piece of this. I don't know how you're going to take this, but the creator of the world told a man that if your right hand can save you. So if you got a phone in your right hand, your phone can change your whole life in the process. I'll move on. So again, this is to show you how you download the information on your phone. I'm putting my phone number there so you can see how to contact me if you have a need to do so, and also get other questions answered that you may have. But this information is all geared for you to have and use on your phone and make money from the use of your phone, and also enhance your body so that your body will fight off using the products that we're going to do. So your body then will fight off the things that's causing this virus upon you, and other forms of cancers and tuberculosis and diabetes and all these other different kind of colds and pneumonias and things like that that the body have. Well, the body have that because, according to what they're saying in all the news today, the doctors that are saying that your body and the makeup of your body is causing you to have this virus in your body. Now, in America, the minority part of America, I'm talking about African Americans and Indians and Asian and all these persons, Latinos, all these persons are having affected by, as well as white Americans, all Caucasian, everybody in America is affected, but some groups are affected even more. So if you are of any of the groups that are affected, and you know who they are, if you are one of those members of that group, then you do truly want to pay attention to what this information is giving you. Now, again, I'm going to tell you that understanding comes from listening, and faith comes by hearing. Well, you can't always hear what you say, because some of the leaders in our countries are asking us to put things in our body that we better not put in our body. Do it will cause more harm than what the virus will cause. And some persons listening to that information have expired because of they listen to the information. Faith come by hearing, but getting an understanding, if you listen to what the doctors are saying and use the information that they are putting out, which is data, written data, then you get an understanding and being better off. This data here is all written to show you how now you can get money from taking a walk. Y'all realize that you walk every day, or if you work somewhere, you walk. If you stay home, you walk. Regardless of if you have two legs, and if you're not handicapped in some way or another, then you walk. Now you can get paid for walking. Just simply stop this information, read all the information, and if I'm going too fast for you to read it, but then start our Lurralifebusiness.com. That's a video, and it's also showing you how to start a franchise. You're starting a franchise business. Now, if you're in America, I'm going to show you that in a few minutes when we get there, to show you how the tax advantages of this Medicaid, how can you call it, this document, this data is. If you start a low life body shape supplement business, you are now going to become familiar with ways not to have a concern about the viruses that's in the world. Now, this virus is here today, May the 17th of 2020, started back in December of 2019 outside of your country perhaps, but now it's all over the world. It's in your country and the country adjacent to where you are. Regardless of where you are, the virus is here. But here's an opportunity for you to take advantage of it. So you see all different kinds of ways that we're giving you information using the social media in order for you to get all these data out to persons using your cell phone, Android, or iPhone, or regardless of whatever kind of phone you have to do it. Now, the kind of products that we have are Dr. Miller's Detox Tea. You're going to get that information when you visit the My Body Shape Business. Going to give you detailed information about the O2 drops. It's going to give you detail about the Lurralife coffee and how, if you're a coffee drinker, then you can continue drinking your coffee. But now when you drink coffee, it's going to be a real plus for you to put it in your body. The O2 drops is 100% oxygen that goes into your body, and you notice doctors do prescribe persons to breathe oxygen. They put the tanks and the things in their nostrils and they breathe the oxygen, but this product here goes directly into your food supplements, into water. You can put it direct in your body. You're going to get all this information from testimonial presentations, and also you're going to give information as we go forth here. I'm trying to hurry through this process fast because I don't want to take up too much of your time. The Obama Yes Obamacare, that's simply a website to show that you don't, the insurance, the ACA, Obamacare here in America, that's just to show you how to get a way into the franchise business, where it's all about you starting a franchise either for $15, $80, $14.95 rounded up to $15, or $79.90 one-time payment. You don't have to worry about, it's just a one-time fee. You simply pay the franchise fee, $15.90, $15 even, or $80 franchise fee, and you start it. That's it. That's truly it, and I'm going to show you the advantages of that. Now, the reason I'm showing you this a second time is to re-emphasize to you that this is about your only you and your use of your phone to carry out this process. That's why I'm showing it to you two times. I'm going to go through this, but in the green, I want to emphasize this: a tax shelter body shape business. It's a tax shelter body shape business.com. Bodyshapebusiness.com is going to give you information about the product. The tax shelter is where you're going to create, if you're an American or outside of America or in America, if you file an American tax return, you can use this under the new tax law in 2017, the latter part of 2017. The President of the United States, December the 22nd, changed the tax law in America, and now the 2018 tax law is what we are using now for the last 2 years. But it's geared for a business or a franchise business. So you want to now take advantage of the law by starting this, and that's what we mean when we put this in the green: a tax shelter body shape business. Now hear that word body shape. Your body becomes the business because the products that we just introduced to you goes into your body, and when you share them with the persons throughout the world using the social media process or your own personal means of how you're going to produce it, all the expenses that you incur are going in effect to you under the new tax shelter law of 2018. Now, right in America right now, there's over 30 million people unemployed. The unemployment rate in America is above 20%, 20+% right now. and we don't know how long it's going to take for the economy to come back to the posture that it was in prior to the introduction of January of 2020 when this pandemic entered into America. So you probably don't want to be standing in a line in an employment line this time 3-4 years from now, because now there are long lines of unemployment. If you're that way 3 or 4 years from now, then it's really your fault, because here is an opportunity for you to take $15 and start a franchise, or $80 and start a franchise. And if you start at $15, you won't produce as much income that you will if you started at $80. If you spend the $80, then you're at the maximum earning power of having your franchise up and running faster than you would have it if you spend it $15. But there's still two doors to come into. Give me your attention. And yes, Obamacare, in order for you to get there. Now, work to help all people, employed and unemployed worldwide, from this coronavirus. The job replacement step-by-step helpful offer are listed below. So when you go to the phone and you make the phone call, you're going to be given information for yourself, and then you're also going to receive information that you can share with other people. And this is the kind of way that you kind of want to share the information with other people, and the more persons that you share the information with, the better your franchise will produce. So your franchise is you. Now you become the franchise. You need to hear what I'm saying, because we're talking about you having the products that we have for you to put into your body. And that makes your body now the business that's using the products. And when you call or you travel from point A to point B to share the information with somebody else, and you produce an expense, then that expense is reduce the income that you're going to make when you go to the point of sharing the information with other people. Now, here are different kinds of means, and I'm showing you over and over and over again why you want to be familiar with the tool that you have in your hand, which is your phone. And if your phone is in your hand, you can now text information to persons. You can call people throughout the world, and then have that person that you're sharing the information with start your franchise to produce an income. And when you have a need to do something for your franchise business, it becomes a business expense. And we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But now let's move on. So you can see here, now we're talking about your body shape business. You're becoming an independent business owner. I'm going to take a drink of water because I want to take a little time on this to show you what and how this is all tied into your body shape business. It's an income tax deduction and expense of the expenses actions that you incur by sharing the information with other people. So as an independent business owner, you may buy some software, have a website developed for your franchise business. That's under business expense. You may have contract labor for someone to do something. That's a business expense. You may have printing and copying costs. That's a business expense. You may have travel. You may have dinner meals for business dinners and things of that nature. That's a business expense. You may have telephone expenses. You may have office expenses. You may have remodeling your office for have expenses. You may have advertising. All these are different kinds of expenses that your business will occur. I'm talking about your franchise business that you start for $80, or your franchise business that you can start for $15. I recommend the 80, because the $80, if that's going to break it, then you perhaps don't want to start a franchise business, because once you start a franchise business, you want to make sure that you move it so that it will produce as fast as possible. So start the franchise business, and once you do that, these kind of expenses you want to maintain. Now, what I mean by that is that the bottom, now you said the bottom, it says save all receipts and bank statements for verification and or disclosure purposes. Well, we want you to do that, because as a franchise business, you want to file your income tax at the end of the year, and you want to subtract your expenses from the income that your business make, and that will produce the taxable income that you would have by subtracting your expenses from the income that your franchise will start. Now, the $80 that you're going to pay to start your franchise business, that's a startup fee. That becomes tax deductible, and all the other expenses that you incur operating your franchise business, which is your body, that becomes as a tax write-off. It's kind of hard to understand sometimes how one's body can be a business, but your body is going to be housed, and wherever your body is running its business from, that's an expense that you see at the top. Office rent expense, you can have travel expenses, all different kind of expenses. Now I probably have exhausted this, but make sure you use the information that's been given. Now we're showing this information to show how women who are really worrying sometimes about their weight, well, this business will pay you up to $50 to lose 50 pounds. Now I don't know what 50 pounds would mean on to you, losing 50 pounds off your body, but if I'm gonna pay you $500 for you to lose the 50 pounds, that will replace the $80 that you had to pay out to start your franchise business. So now you have a gain already started, and the expenses that you incur when we pay you the $50, the $500, that's going to be subtracted from the $500 that you wouldn't have to pay tax on. Well, in America, under the new 2018 tax law, if you're only going to just make $500 and that's all, you wouldn't have to even pay tax on it because it's above the $600 criteria that the law required to have. So make sure you understand all these data as we're going through the process here now. We're going to try to slow it down now because, yep, these are the kind of businesses that you see. All these 6 businesses that you see here, these persons are running their business right now because the products that they are using give them the ability to take exercises and lose the 50 pound that we're going to pay you for $10 a pound. So that's going to equate to the $500. So you see all these businesses here are using the $500 in order, which is explained in the video. You see, we have a place for you to take the video. Can this lifestyle really be tax deductible for me and my family in the year 2000? It can be a business if you just have an understanding of what we're making in this presentation. Now, I'm almost at the end of this. I'm going to conclude this. I don't want to go over 25 minutes, but I do want you to play it over and over and over again and make sure that you share it with at least 10 people. Those 10 people should end up paying you really 10 times the $500 because now you share it with that person. If that person loses 50 pounds, then that person is going to be paid $50, and then you're going to receive part of that $500 that the company paid that individual. So you see, the process for sharing it with someone else is for you to share it with as many people as possible, and then all those persons that you share it with are going to end up having the company that's going to send you some money for sharing it with that person, because that person is going to enroll with the company through your process of your franchise. So that's how it is. If you have a McDonald's and you want to share your McDonald's information with another neighbor, and that neighbor goes 2 or 3 miles down the street to start another McDonald's, and that person, McDonald, makes $50,000 a year, then if McDonald Corporation paid you 10% of that $50,000, then you have $5,000 coming from that person that you shared your McDonald information with that started down the street. So do that 5 or 10 times in your neighborhood, and you can get an understanding of how this process works. Now I'm going to move into the last part of this as a conclusion, and I'm only showing you this as how to get your attention. Right now there's a virus going around America, and it is coming not from us. We don't have anything to do with this virus. I can trust me that it's something much greater than our man's power that's causing all these persons over the world. Not out of all the countries in the world have lost people with the virus. So the world's attention is now begotten, and that's what this is, to show you that the power that have the virus going is asking us to give me your attention. And right now, we have given the attention to this virus. make sure you visit startalurralifebusiness.com and give me your attention, and then enroll at Give Me Your Attention. And in that way, you will have had the attention. And you want to share this information with at least 10 people and have those 10 people to share it. My name is David. I've spent enough time with you. I'm going to close. Bye-bye.